Hello, Keon here, and this is a quick tutorial or instruction manual for how to use the new palette editor function inside the model viewer. So the URL is the same as before, megamanlegends.gitlab.io and /mml1-psx. So before, when you clicked on a asset, it would just come up with a model. And now there's a new feature which comes up with a palette editor. The spelling for palette is wrong here. I'll fix that in a second. So when you come up with a model, it gives you a preview of what the texture is, and it gives you the option to use sliders to edit the texture. So this is okay, so that's a little white dot inside his eye there. Let's see. Okay, my daughter wants up. Okay. We can click other sliders to make different colors here. And we're just gonna kind of do some random edits here just to show that this is indeed weird enough or wonky enough. Let's see if we can make this white. Oh my god, that looks terrible. Okay. Kind of a dark red. Just kind of make this thing super ugly and just kind of make it stand out that yes, we did indeed change the palette. So here we are. We have our ugly little Hiroko. Let's see. I want to change these. Let's change this to like nice. Actually, let's go with bluish. Okay. So we've got a weird Hiroko. We've changed him. We've modified him. And so what we're going to go do is go up to the top here, and we want to copy the source binary. So what's going on is if you go to the source. Oh no! Ah! Damn it! Okay, good. Saved. Okay. Well, that's a new. Oh, Jessica. All right. Oh wait, can I? So what I will do is I will go ahead and copy this over. Copy, and let's go to mousepad. And let's save that here. And then since this doesn't open up in a new window like I thought it would, whatever. Okay, now in the source, you go click mod, and inside mod there is a new file called replace.js. Now this runs with Node.js, and so what you want to do is you want to download this file and save it somewhere. And then if you're on I would assume most people are going to be on Windows, and you're going to want to go to nodejs.org, download and get the Node.js install for your platform. And then once you're done there, Node will be able to be executed from the command line. And so we're going to run a script, and the script itself is going to be executed by Node.js. So coming over here, we're going to go to documents, and we're going to go to where I already have it set up. And I guess we'll go with gedit to be a noob, and we want to go replace.bin. So this is the script file that you're going to be editing. And so what we want to do is we want to add a new entry in here. So we want to search for, this is our Hiroko, and we want to find the source binary, and we want to replace that with our updated binary. Okay, Jessica. All right. And there go my headphones. Alright, so we're going to search for Hiroko, and what we want to do is we want to search for the original palette file, and we want to replace it with a new palette file. And there are two in here for completion's sake. There's a red Megaman edit that I made to kind of make it like, to make Rockman look like Red Ash. And here is a yellow roll that I kind of did before, and this is to turn roll yellow. Now, to actually run this, we're going to go ahead and save it, and we're going to go ahead and close this. And before we do anything, let's go to PCSX. Let's open it, and let's open our ROM, and this is just the stock Megaman ROM. Okay, loading. Let's skip the opening. Start, and we're going to go to a new game. And as we can see, Megaman is blue. And once we go once we get through this cutscene, can you see it? All right, roll. All right, roll. Okay. Okay, game. I read this. Read. No. Okay. And then go through. We have our Hirokos, and they are the normal generic green color. So what we're going to go is escape this. We're going to emulator shut down. And then we're going to, in our script, we're going to hit node, replace, and then we're going to go mml1 bin.caution. And then this will put out a bunch of debug files. So it searched for Hiroko, found the palette, replaced the palette. Search for Megaman, found the palette, replaced the palette. Search for roll, found the palette, replaced the palette. And this is kind of a disclaimer, is because the game uses the same asset over and over and over for every scene it uses. So for scene 3 is when the flutter crashes in the forest, or in the woods, whichever one it is when the flutter crashes. And so you've got scene 3A, scene 3B, scene 3C, scene 3D of every time the game uses different assets for that for that same area. So that means for scene 3 there are multiple copies of roll. For scene 4 there are multiple copies of different characters depending on the scenario every time they're reused, because I think that's just the way that the developers found the best way to use the extra RAM they had, or the extra space they had on the CD-ROM. If it were something like on the Nintendo 64, then if it's in fast flash memory, then they probably just have one character per asset. In this case, they have one character copy per scene, and that's why there's so many different places that get copied over like this. So it's kind of hit or miss, because I don't have a perfect way of knowing which scene is going with which asset. I'm just kind of going and searching for whichever palette matches and then replacing it. So now if we go to our emulator and load our mml1 out.bin that we created and say OK. Go ahead and skip this. Go and skip the opening. Start button, start a new game. And then we can see that, hey, we were able to get Rock to be replaced with our blue one before is now a red character. For the cutscene, I'll give you the caveat for a second. The caveat is in the opening stage demo, Megaman actually uses a different character model, and if you look on the bottom of his feet, there's 3 markings there should or should not be 3 markings. So they're using an older character model of Megaman for the opening starter dungeon. And we can already see in advance now that the Hiroko characters that we edited are now looking quite ugly. I'll give myself credit for making these guys look pretty ugly. Read the instructions again. No. And once they pop out, oh my god, that looks ugly. Oh my god, Keon, you've got such poor taste. Oh my god, look how. Oh my god, I usually just run past these guys, but not anymore. Oh my god. Alright, so these guys just look funky. And that's it. So that's pretty much how to use it. I'm gonna go ahead and just play through the rest of the beginning dungeon to kind of show off Red Megaman and Yellow Roll, even though once we get there. So oh my god, these guys are so ugly. All right. All right. Regret, nothing but regret. One thing that I'm really tempted to do is look for these stupid text cutscenes for the opening dungeon, because, well, one thing for Mega Man Legends is it doesn't really matter where you're testing. Everywhere in the game pretty much acts like everywhere else in the game, more or less, because it's all the same engine. So it would be nice to be able to just pick up the game and be able to use a first dungeon for testing, because there are some really nice things for being able to just pop in and check the stages and stuff like that. But I always run to the low triggers or the I guess we'll go ahead and grab that Power Razor. Oh my god, these are so annoying. So, hey Jessica. Welcome back. Everybody missed you. Oh shit. Alright. Alright. Okay, thank you, game. I've learned about Buster Parts. So, I think it might be worth trying to figure out where these loading triggers are for these conversations, because this really kills the pacing for the game. Every time just start out, it'd be nice to just run through this and be able to get into the game, but you always have to. I mean, it's not as bad as Mario Sunshine or something like that, but I mean, honestly, like might I don't know. Ranting. And I might as well equip my Power Razor, because I went through the because I went through the trouble of actually getting it. So we'll go ahead and whack this guy. Okay, cutscene. And in this cutscene, we have Red Mega Man again. And we'll go ahead and skip the rest of that, because who cares? And here we're finally into the game. So here we have Red Mega Man and Yellow Roll. So that's it. This has been a quick introduction for the palette editing feature that I've kind of implemented and haphazardly added. So just kind of you go to the website, you change the model to however you want it, you grab the source, grab the source binary, grab the binary that you want to change it to, you go to the replace.js, and then add a memo, because that'll debug it to the console. for what it is, add the source binary for what you want to find in the ROM, and then add the updated binary for what you want to replace it with, and that will let you update palettes in the game and just kind of go crazy or wonky with whatever kind of style or art direction you want to go and direct different assets. So this is gonna be for things like the flutter, for the characters, for the entities, and the scene. Like for this scene, it would be data, barrel, roll, and maybe the flutter, depending on if you can find it or not. This flutter is always in weird places, or I don't know. Things like that. Stage models. I think I would have to make a different tool for editing stage models or stage textures or something like that. So that could be an option, depending on how things turn out. But that's it. So here you go. This has been palette editing with Keon, and I hope you guys enjoy. Send me a tweet if you use this tool. I want to see what you guys make, and I guess I'll see you guys later.